Dear friends in Dhamma, we are going to start the second question and answer session. So, as usual, Chandrika is ready with written questions. We will start the session with written questions.
Avasarai Bhante, we have received 5 reports today.
Right.
Report number 1. Dear Bhante, Theruvan Saranai. When I engaged in sitting meditation, sometimes comes to a thoughtless state. But still I feel movements of breathing in and out. How should I go forward with metta?
May I know who has written it? Yeah. Can you pass the message? So, merely you are now no thoughts, but you are experiencing breathing. Okay. Then just continue observing breathing. So, how long will it take to come to this level?
It's varying.
Varying.
Sometimes fairly long period,
right.
But sometimes not that much long.
Okay. Now, are you experiencing it while walking as well?
Not really.
Okay. Try to get that during the walking as well. You know that for proper observation, the mind has to be completely silent. If it is fairly silent, I can't say perfectly silent, but at least to some extent it has to be silent so that it is not being distracted, it is not being hindered, disturbed by various thoughts, but you have a fair amount of silence, vigilance, and such on such situation still you do a very penetrative look how things are happening. So you have a little bit of curiosity. So that is how the potential for Vipassana knowledge is there.
Actually, the process is, it doesn't come instantly. It takes some time.
Correct.
And sometimes thoughts are coming and fading away.
Right.
And kicking out and all that.
Yeah.
And at a particular stage, it comes to a standstill kind of situation.
Right.
No thoughts are coming, but I can feel that in the background process is going on with breathing.
Fine.
That's it.
So let it happen. So if there are thoughts in the background, let them be. But if you are paying enough attention to the phenomena that what you are observing, then those background thoughts will slowly fade away. They become secondary. And you are giving more emphasis to what you experience or what you observe. And there you are trying to find out some subtle details, exact details. So you are trying to maintain some precision there. So more you pay attention to that, these thoughts become almost like negligible and they will disappear.
Bhante, can I ask?
Yeah.
But it says in the Anapani Sutta that breathing for the calmness of the body, breathing in and breathing out for the calmness of the body and for the entire body. Will you be able to little explain on that?
Yeah, basically now, sabbakaya patisangvedi asasi samiti sikkati, and then passambayang kaya sankharang asasi samiti sikkati. So those are the 2 stages explained with respect to kaya anupassana, that four steps. So one definition is where, say, you are observing the complete breathing cycle. Say the beginning of in-breath, middle, end, there's a gap. Then the beginning of out-breath, middle, end, another gap. Again the beginning of in-breath, middle, gap. So likewise is a continuous cycle going on and you are observing that complete cycle. For you to do that, you need a fair amount of precision. You have to restrain yourself, thoughts about the past has to be abandoned, thoughts about the future has to be abandoned. You can't change your posture often. Rather, you have to fairly keep your attention silently each and every phase of the breathing. Then almost like, you are fairly concentrated. So it has to happen in that way. Interesting thing is, as you are doing that, the whole body starts calming down. So on another way we can say you are at another level. Probably you can look at the whole body also. Then probably you can see yes, this whole body also has calmed down. The breathing and whole body are well connected. The breathing is one segment of the whole body. So if breathing calms down, that indicates the whole body tranquilizes. Whole body calms down. So while your body is operating and agitated, then breathing can't be silent. So the body and breathing are well connected. So if your breathing is really calm, relaxed, tranquil, that means the whole body also calm, relaxed, tranquil. So they are interconnected. So if necessary, you can look at the body as a separate, as a third person, how body is tranquil, calming down. At the same time, you can look at not at the same time, separately you can look the breathing, exactly how it represents in a kind of a miniature level, kind of a minimalistic level. So how breathing happens. It is also very calm, relaxed, silent, calm down, tranquilizing. Sometimes even you can't recognize subtle aspects. It's also so subtle, becoming more and more subtler. So likewise, this observation helps you to further calm down. That is where you are reaching the fourth stage, Passambhayang Kaya Sankharang Asade Samiti Sikkati. So the whole body calms down. The breathing completely calms down. You can't now recognize whether it is in-breath or out-breath. It's almost like the differences have disappeared. So you have a very subtle sensation, that's all you know. And you promote this calming down. It is not that you are now, say, forcefully breathing so that you can't recognize the breathing. Rather, you promote calming down. The body further calms down, breathing also calms down, almost like disappeared, but you are keeping your attention continuously closer to the nostril. You know that there is a level what we call as the faculty of samadhi, samadhi indriya. So the samadhi indriya is defined like, say, assume that you are with the breathing and breathing become gross. Fine, you can maintain your attention easily because there is a significant experience is there, the gross object is there. But assume that now it is the breathing becomes subtle, the sensation becomes subtle, in-breath and out-breath somewhat subtle. Still you are maintaining your attention. Another level. Say almost like very subtle sensation is there. You can't recognize in-breath and out-breath, distinguish in-breath and out-breath, but very subtle sensation is there. But you are still maintaining your attention without falling asleep, without being distracted, without falling to various traps in the mind like, say, various images, fantasies, those kind of things. But you are carefully maintaining your attention, even this very subtle sensation. Another level. Assume that breathing has completely disappeared, no object at all. At that moment, it's very difficult, no? I mean, there is no object to very much for you to stand. But even at that level, if you are able to simply maintain your attention closer to the nostril without being distracted, so that is the samadhi indriya. Even without an object, so you are not being distracted. You are taking that momentum forward without even object.
In practically, that means the breathing is disappeared and...
we can say so.
Yeah. And also
we can't say, I mean, the breathing has completely stopped. Yeah. But if you start looking at it a little gross way, it may be there. Yeah. But that is not advised. Yeah. You know, I mean, if you are unnecessarily agitating the mind and trying to figure out, I mean, am I breathing? Not necessary at all. So let the breathing being taken care of by the body. Yeah. We don't need to interfere that. So the body is breathing. If it is, I mean, we can't perceive it. Almost like we can't perceive it. It is happening so smoothly, subtle manner, but we can't recognize it at the nostril. Good. But we are maintaining our attention continuously there without being distracted.
Yeah. Actually, in one time it says that with regard to breathing process, the body within a body. Body within a body. Is that means that the breathing process identify as a body or what? Sometimes,
you know, the kaya, the term kaya represents kind of an assembly, a group of things. Now, if you consider the breathing, if we consider from elements point of view, it's a combination of so many elements. Elements are manifesting in many different ways. So, and as I just explained, the breathing process consists of various phases. Various phases, I mean, say the beginning, middle, end, gap, out-breath, beginning, middle, end, gap, in-breath, beginning, middle, end, gap. So likewise, many phases are there. And again, sometimes as you continue, probably, say, rapturous feelings can happen. So that also may be included later. in the practice. So likewise, it's a kind of a process going on. You are fully aware of the whole entire process.
Yeah.
So the breathing body means that this all these subtle things are together, working together, and you are fully aware of the whole process.
Yeah. And lastly, it says that breathing in and out for body fabrication.
Body fabrication is the breathing itself. You know, Kaya Sankhara, the term Kaya Sankhara is a synonym for breathing. You can refer Chula Vedala Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya. So there this Venerable Dhammadinna is explaining what is Kaya Sankhara. Kaya Sankhara is nothing but breathing. You know, breathing is the Kaya Sankhara, then Vachi Sankhara, Chitta Sankhara. These are three terms explained there. The Kaya Sankhara represents the most, primordial characteristics of the body. So the whole body, breathing is fairly most primary aspect of the body. The whole body. So the breathing. Then Vachi Sankhara. Vachi Sankhara, the most primary characteristics is the Vitakka Vichara. So you are putting your attention to something, observing it, then talking. Vachi Sankhara. So before we talk, talk out, certain words come out. So there is a little, very quick kind of a mental process going on. So that mental process is primarily vitakka and vichara. Applied mind and sustained attention, and then you are talking. So we can't even, recognize how quickly it's happening. Quickly, when I'm talking, it's very quick, something going on. So vitakka vichara is the vachi sankhara. Then the chitta sankhara is vedana and sanya. Feelings and the perception. So they are the most primary characteristics of the mind, the operating mind. Not the consciousness, but the operative mind, the vedana and sanya, the feelings and the perceptions are the operating characteristics of the mind. Now you may come across in Anapanasati Sutta, the next level is Chitta Sankhara Patisangvedi Asasissamiti Sikkati. So you know that only at the Vedana Sanya. So that is in the Vedananupassana level. That is the second section of Anapanasati Sutta. You know that there are 16 steps. 4 steps belong to Kayanupassana. Next 4 steps belong to Vedananupassana. Next 4 steps Chittanupassana. Next 4 steps Dhammanupassana. So in the second 4 steps, which belongs to Vedananupassana, Buddha say, Chitta Sankhara Patisangvedi Asasissamiti Sikkati. It is not that you know about your mind, rather you know about feelings first. So how you know about the feelings? So that is why it is included under the Vedananupassana. So the Chitta Sankhara represent, so this Vedana and Sanya, so how you recognize various feelings, either in the bodily feelings or in the mental feelings, or maybe little perceptions, various sanya, maybe later coming in. It says
mental fabrication.
Can get into fabrications. If we are not mindful enough, so these subtle feelings can take us to fabrications. More than that, even the perceptions, little signs. Sometimes when everything calms down, we can see various beautiful things. Say, imaginations can happen, various fabrications can happen. But if we give some prominence to that, if we give some value to that, we keep on thinking on many different lines. So probably you may think, there's a Buddha image going to appear, and we might think, Buddha has come for me to give instructions. Or maybe a pagoda may appear, and you might think, I have to, after the session, I need to go there and offer some flowers, something's inviting me, and something blah, blah, blah. So you can fabricate. Many stories you can fabricate. But they are mere chitta sankhara. They are mere perceptions. So that's why, many different ways that we can interpret all these different, the thoughts or even the perceptions, these images, many different ways we can interpret. And one would say, Buddha has come. One would say, Brahma has come and trying to instruct me. I am getting Kamatan from a Brahma. So currently also there are people going telling like that. Even available today. And someone would say, Devas are there to, motivate me or respect me. People, they put themselves on a pedestal, no? Thinking, I'm really a special person now devas are coming to, bless me or venerate me. Many things are there.
Thinking about that body fabrication as whether the integration of those 5 basic elements like fire, that's not the case, no?
Kaya Sankhara is the breathing. Yeah, you refer the Chula Vedala Sutta, it's clearly mentioned. Yes. Body fabrication, yes.
Report number 2. This has 2 parts, Bhante, walking and sitting. I first read walking. Venerable Bhante, walking meditation. Few minutes after starting the walking meditation, I can feel my body walking on its own. I can sense sand particles touching my feet and its disappearance. The difference of touching leaves and the sand. My body is relaxed and weightless. Sometimes I am feeling like walking without moving and sometimes feel like climbing. At the end, I can feel like my body trying to disappear. That's all, Bhante, walking.
Yeah,
meditation.
Good. So that's the kind of almost like effortlessly the walking happens. At the beginning, I am walking, I am intentionally walking, and I am involved with walking, I am the one walking. So that means we are still struggling. Some kind of I involvement is there. I am walking and I am effortfully walking and I am turning and mind get distracted. So all these kind of terms are there. But later you understand, okay, I don't need to do forcefully. Body knows how to walk. Let it walk. Let me be outside. I am just walking like the kid walking. Now he can walk by himself. I don't need to give my hand. So you like the mother, you like the father, let the kid walk. And it is walking, turning, going, again turning, again going. So you are enjoying. She is now beautifully walking. Same thing. Now you simply enjoy the walking. So you are enjoying each and every step, each and every subtle sensation. So you are enjoying with little bit of, now you don't need your much involvement because mind not get distracted. Previously we can't because the mind get distracted. Again and again you need to pull it back. So your attention is pertinent. But now even you can look around, but still mind remains on the steps. Previously we say, okay, don't move your hands, don't look at here and there, just pay fair attention, be careful, don't look at other cells. So many restraints are there. But once you are familiar, once the mind has fairly restrained, okay, now even you look around, but your attention is fairly with the foot, mind not get distracted. And therefore, now only you get to know the art, the balance. Now let the body walk by itself and you are effortlessly watching each and every step. And you may even come to another level at a later time that you don't need to keep your attention on the foot either. So that's another advanced level that we would say. But for the time being, you need to pay careful attention to each and every step, how each sensation happens, how it starts, how it changes, how it ends. So likewise now, once you reach this stage, indicate now mind has fairly good concentration, less distractions. Now it is the time for you to, see the picture clearly, clear comprehension. You are introducing sampajanya, not mere mindfulness. Now try to introduce sampajanya, the clear comprehension, where each and every step, what are the other details available, what are the sensations available. Don't get simply satisfied thinking that now mind is not getting distracted, I am happy, I am feeling comfortable. Don't stop there. Now you need to investigate. So investigation part is extremely important. Assume that you have properly focused, fine-tuned or refined the focus of the microscope. Proper lighting is there, proper adjustment is there. You are also well say, focused. So now, what are you going to do? Go to sleep? Now only you start the experiment. Now only you start the investigation, what is really there. Isn't it? Now only you are properly, investigation has to start. So now, whoever has written, now you better, once you come to this kind of a balance, now you do the subtle experiment where what is exactly happening. So now you have to have a little bit of curiosity. What's really happening there? Something like that. Yeah.
Does the yogi needs to talk something? Do you? Okay. Sitting meditation. When my mind calms down, I just look at the mind as a third party. I can feel sensation, bodily feeling as well as feeling in the mind. After some time, this feeling reduces. Then my attention goes to the mind. In there, continuous pictures appearing in the mind like a movie. At the end, there's nothing in the mind, but time to time, I can feel the body sensations softly. Sometime, I feel like I'm going to sleep. Theruvan Saranai Bante.
Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. So there is a movie going on, beautiful movie. We just discussed. So don't get distracted, just watch the movie. It's a mere movie, not a reality. It's a fabrication. So be careful, don't get distracted, don't get pulled away, don't get attracted. Movie is going on, be careful, let it completely end. The end, you have to watch till you reach the end. Then the names are coming, one after the other names, list of names. Still watch, just watch. After the names, everything gone. Still watch, nothing is there. So big part is coming on the way. So just be patient, watch the movie, don't get distracted. It's a mere movie. Remember that. Not a reality, mere movie, a fabrication. Maybe some parts from your past, some past what you thought, some parts maybe imaginations. Many nonsense are there. So just watch. Because we need to watch that also. We can't suppress it. Sometimes if we think, okay, I know I'm being afraid of these other sanya. Bante said, be careful about sanya. I need to be afraid. Careful. So you suppress it. No. That is also not the thing. So they are coming for something as a purpose. So let them come out. Like some garbage, say, blocked in your mind. So they have to come out. Once they come out, only you become more purified. The mind become more purified. Kind of a catharsis process is happening. Now you need to watch it carefully. Don't get distracted. Mindfully watch it. Coming out, coming out, coming out, oozing out. Gone. What a relax. So these things have to come out. That is also something, because sometimes we are holding a lot of past memories, a lot of childhood experiences, traumatic experiences, many things are there. So when the mind is fairly settled, when quite relaxed, all that impediments, all that stored information can come out. It's necessary to come out. Then only the purification happen. More you become more purified, the mind become more relaxed. And you can effortlessly maintain your attention because you don't need to suppress anything, whatever the pus, all gone out. Something like that. So therefore, just be careful when you are going through it. Just don't get distracted. Carefully observing that, patiently observing that.
Report number 3. This has 2 parts. I'll read the part number 1. Avasarai Bante. When it comes to my meditation practice today, my mind felt very busy. Despite how hard I tried to stay mindful and to let my thoughts be, it felt very overwhelming. This was the case for both my sitting and walking meditation. I am aware that this is also a part of the practice, and being mindful through this storm of thoughts is what is necessary. Even still, do you have any words of advice that could help cope with this situation? Is there something I can learn from that?
I think we just explained the same, something like that. So our lives are going on various episodes. Sometimes things are very tranquil, things are smoothly happening, fairly favorable, and sometimes it is quite challenging and things are not favorable, you being not motivated but rather getting distracted, and certain, challenging things are happening. You have to go through. No other excuse, because even the Buddha has gone through these ups and downs, vicissitudes of the life. So how to navigate through them? So when things are happening properly, the way you expect, how are you navigating through that? Are you completely elated, completely uplifted, jumping, or in the middle? Another time, say things are not favorable and others are hinting, others are not helping, and things are happening opposite the way you think. Are you depressed? Are you collapsed? Or maintaining the middle? Pretty challenging. Meditation, same. The meditation has that cycle. So today you have some kind of a very tranquil, calm, relaxed, peaceful state. Next day, the opposite. You get a lot of things, many thoughts, many memories. Others are making noise. Dogs are barking. The ants are coming. Mice are coming. Many complaints are there. At Nissarana, there was a period complaint about mice. Many mice. Either they are coming this way, that way, while walking mice are going, while sleeping mice are going. So how to stop mice? That's the main challenge. Nissarana. One time. Another time, ladies are making a noise. We need to stop all the, kusiyamma coming and, making noise. They should know that I am meditating. Noise is the problem. If they are not there, there are a bunch of these youngsters. They are coming close by river to have a bath. They are making the drum sound and all the baila. So I am enjoying that. Many interesting things are there. So we are navigating through that. So what to do? And sometimes the carpenters are there. They are preparing the windows and that and this, that is are there. But another time, very smooth, very calm, very relaxed, complete silence. Have to go through it. I can remember when I was in Navina, and that there's a middle monastery over there. That was my early stages of the meditation as a young monk. And unfortunately, really distracting, because they started building the monastery close by. They are building Upasthana Sala. Upatthana Sala, monks go and have a bath and have a drink and all that. So newly construction going on. I am getting concerned, tranquil. Bang! This thing happened. It's very, very sensitive, extremely difficult, because you are calming down, relaxing. I was practicing samatha, and huge, that grinder sound, really intense. So like that. So sometimes at Nissarana, sometimes yogis can say in the upper monastery, while they are meditating, dang, a hammer sound happened. Who has made the sound? Bhante Dhammajiva. A hammer sound has happened. So he is making this and that, all that carpentry work, he start. Sometimes it also happens. So when complaint is, you should know how to meditate with noise. Amidst noise, you should know how to meditate. So that is the lesson. Things are like that. You expecting complete silence, but not expecting. We can't sometimes meet the expectations. So again, karma also is there. So sometimes a little bit of karma also may be operating. And sometimes things are very favorable, really relaxing. Things are good. So navigate through that. So how to go through all this? If not, how are we going to mature ourselves? Isn't it? If you think, everything has to be perfect. No sound at all, no mice at all, no flies at all, no noise at all, no rain at all. Perfect silence. Can you expect? Very difficult. Such a situation. And if you think that I can meditate only when that is there, then it's very difficult. You are going to fail. But on the other hand, how you been distracted when sounds are there, mice are there, thoughts are there, and how you know how to recognize that, how to stop reacting to that and coming back to you. And that will slowly strengthen you. And amidst all these difficulties, still you can go through the meditation. So that is the challenging process in the walking particularly. So others are also walking, I am also walking. Say, wind is also coming, light is also there, eyes are open, thoughts are also coming. I am mindfully walking, paying attention carefully to each and every step. So that's a challenge actually. The success is there. So therefore don't worry about these things. So we are maturing. So don't worry.
My second question is regarding my knowledge on Dhamma. Is there an English book that I can start reading to learn more about Dhamma and mindfulness that can help in day-to-day living with metta?
Many books are there. I can't simply say just one book. Say Mindfulness in Plain English by Bhante Gunaratana. That's pretty good, and so many things are there. So if you even go to our website, Nissarana website, so there are many publications, Sinhala publications, English publications are there. Everything's available for free download. You can download them, or you can write to Nissarana and request the hard copy. Those are also available. So many books are there. So, and further, the Achan Chah tradition, they have published very interesting books. So those are also quite inspiring. So many resources are there. But practice is most important. Reading is possible, but please practice. Internalize the whole thing. Yeah, is that all?
Report number 4, Venerable Bhante. I have listened to a sermon where it mentioned that Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo can be experienced through all Satipatthana. Kayanupassana, Vedanupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana. I am a yogi who has experienced the 4 elements in Kayanupassana. However, I am not sure how to experience the 4 elements in other Anupassanas. Would like to listen to your valuable guidance. Much merit to you.
So no need to put a label, by the way, and say you are experiencing feelings. Say you get a painful feeling. There is a kind of a touch sensation. There's a strong feeling there, painful feeling. But instead of looking at from the angle of feeling pain, so you can look at, there's a touching sensation. So then you are jumping back to the form aggregate. And say there is a kind of a thought, maybe a little bit of anger in the mind. So instead of looking at the mind, you can see the body, how the body has changed according to the anger. You may be using some kind of effort, using your hand, thrusting, so that there's a certain connection coming or certain support coming from your body in order to maintain this mentality, whatever the thought. So you are connected back to the body. So likewise, body is kind of a ground, like a pedestal, kind of a stage for everything else to operate. So therefore, coming back to the body is easy. So rather than sometimes, there are various thoughts going on, you can't confront them immediately, so tempting, so distracting. So rather than fighting there, you can come back to the body. So how the body is stated, how body is situated, how it is being, oriented. So what are the support coming through the body in order to maintain this stream of thoughts? So if you are able to recognize the body support, probably that reduce the distraction, that reduce the stream of thoughts, because without the body's support, you can't maintain these thoughts. And on the other hand, once you distract yourself by paying attention to the body, you forget to support the stream of thoughts, you forget to support the prapancha become abandoned, weakened, because you are not giving your support. Without your support, it can't continue. So likewise, you can connect with the body at any level. So that's why in the Anapanasati Sutta, the Anapanasati is the ground. But the first 4 stage, of course, you are in the Kayanupassana. Second 4 stage, Vedananupassana. But Anapanasati is the ground. At any time, you have a refuge. If something goes wrong, you can come back to Anapanasati. Say, Chittanupassana, you are watching the mind. That is the priority. But if something goes wrong, Anapana is there. In-breath and out-breath is there. So you can come back to breathing. Say you are practicing Dhammanupassana. In the Anapanasati, in the Dhammanupassana section, merely completely Vipassana. Aniccanupassi, Viraganupassi, Nirodhanupassi, Patisagganupassi, all are pure Vipassana. While doing that, say you get a little distracted. Coming back to breathing. Breathing is body. So likewise, the body is fairly a kind of a foundation, and it is available at any time. So, but anyway, if you think, okay, I can continue to watch the mind successful, you are not being tempted, you are not being distracted, then no need to come back to the body either. So that is another thing. So that doesn't mean that we always have to depend on the body. So once you are being matured, just go there. No need to return back. Say, for example, you are continuously observing feelings, very subtle feelings. Observe that from that angle. And the point is that all these 5 aggregates are working together. And to which one are we given the priority? So that is where we divide it to Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana. And if we are giving priority to the feelings, then we call it Vedananupassana. If we are giving more prominence to thoughts, we can say we are giving to Chittanupassana. So that is where the Sankharakkhandha, Vijnanakkhandha is there. So likewise, all these aggregates are working together. So few of them may come more prominent. So that is what we are paying kind of an attention. So therefore, at any time you can purposely switch to a different aggregate. But no need sometimes, by the way. Possible, but not necessary to, purposely distract or purposely change this and that and going like that. But if things are happening smoothly, let it happen. Say, for example, what frequently happens is, suppose that you are starting with Kayanupassana. Left, right. Forget about that. Now simply maintaining silent mind, each and every sensation of your food, understanding that carefully. Now recognizing various feelings. Oh, this is a painful feeling, this is a neutral feeling, this is a painful feeling, this is a neutral feeling. I got a lustful thought. Watching the lustful thought. So we are navigating through Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, naturally evolving. Let it happen. No need to restrict yourself or frame yourself. Okay, I strictly have to practice Kayanupassana. No need. If you are capable of watching the thoughts, you can try that. No harm. If you think that, okay, still I am not, once you try that, if you feel that you've been distracted, unknowingly you being thinking long time, so that means still not enough mindfulness available, clear comprehension available, then return back to Kayanupassana. So likewise, experiment yourself, no problem.
Report number 5. Theruvan Saranai Bante. How do I connect Chittanupassana and Dhammanupassana to Anapanasati and walking meditation? Theruvan Saranai.
Yeah, so it's a very natural process. As we are breathing, as we are continuing the practice, the body calms down. So then the various feelings may be there, particularly in the Anapanasati. So you may get very blissful feelings, very happy feelings. And you need to watch them carefully without being distracted, without holding them, without attached to them. And then once they also disappear, now you need to watch the mind. That's all you have. Just watch the mind. So watching the mind at that level has to be a kind of a free event. where you are not stopping thoughts, you are not suppressing thoughts, giving enough freedom for mind to play. Just allow it to play and don't, restrict itself. But you are ready to observe it carefully. That's the point. So various thoughts can happen, but you are ready, you are capable. Mindfulness is there, clear compression is there, because you went through all these early stages, they are sharp, and subtle thoughts are coming, so you are watching them carefully, one after the other, one after the other. So you are navigating through this, but you came through Anapanasati, as we just discussed. If something goes wrong, come back to Anapanasati, in breath and out breath. They may be there. So therefore, it's a natural evolution happens in the Anapanasati. So I don't say that it is common, it's general for everyone, but there are yogis who are going through this path completely through Anapanasati, going from Kayanupassana to Vedananupassana to Chittanupassana, and then the Dhammanupassana, actually you can understand that Dhammanupassana in Anapanasati is pure Vipassana. Aniccanupassi, Viraganupassi, Nirodhanupassi, Patisagganupassi. Where are you putting that? To your body and to your feelings, to your thoughts, even to the perceptions. So the Dhammanupassana is common to all 5 aggregates. So you can watch how, various feelings are coming and going, changing, Aniccanupassi. Or you can see how element characteristics, roughness, hardness, softness, vibrations, they are coming and going, changing, evolving, this and that. Say again the Kayanupassana level. Kayanupassana in the sense, you are practicing Dhammanupassana, observing different bodily phenomena. So it is represented in the Dhammanupassana, Aniccanupassi. But you are observing bodily phenomena. You are observing feelings, you are observing thoughts. But the process is included in the Dhammanupassana, but you are doing pure Vipassana. Hope you got the point. So this Dhammanupassana part can be applied to Kayanupassana, can be applied to Vedananupassana, can be applied to Chittanupassana, because all 5 aggregates are possible to observe, to investigate. And if you can remember in the Satipatthana Sutta also, there is a Skandapabba, there's a Skandapabba, section for aggregates. Iti rupang, iti rupasa samudaya, iti rupasa attangamo. Iti vedana, iti vedanaya samudaya, iti vedana attangamo. Iti sanya, iti sanyaya samudaya, iti sanya attangamo. Iti sankhara, iti sankharasa samudaya, iti sankharaya attangamo. Iti viññānam, iti viññānasa samudaya, iti viññānasa attangamo. All 5 aggregates are there. So you can navigate with all these different sections. So once you are familiar, so Dhammanupassana is revisiting all that, so that your understanding is becoming more thorough, so that ultimately the release has to happen. Because now the point is, now like say, how to give an example? Say someone, a student for example, he is preparing himself for advanced level. Okay? So he's going through his studies, and he passed through the whole exam, but not selected to the medical college. So what is he going to do? Take the exam again. Okay, studying again, second child. Going through it. Okay, tried hard, but not selected to the medical college. The fellow is eager to go there. So what next? Trying third try. It's also given, no problem. So they are trying again. Next time, selected. Is it the only possible way available? No, there may be another student, first try, he has gone to selected to the medical college. Any opposition? No problem. Because that fellow, he did study properly, hard work. From the first try, he was selected to the medical college. The previous guy, he studied, third try, he gone to the medical college. Anybody who is going to say, no, you coming from third try, I am not allowing you to come? No. Because the criteria is given, third try is also accepted. and you got the proper marks, you are allowed. So somebody, say you are practicing Kayanupassana, not much release. Vedananupassana, no much release. Chittanupassana, still no much release. Dhammanupassana, release happen. At least, sometime the release is there. Now only he understood, this is the place that I need to maintain my attention. Nothing is there, by the way. Nothing is holding, no upadana. Do you need to go through all four? Another one, maybe Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, happen. Another one, say Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, release happen. Another one, Kayanupassana, release happen. Potential is there for everywhere. That's the point. So therefore Buddha mentioned, say, Anissitocha vihirati nachakinchiloke upadiyati at each stage. Potential is there at each stage. So where are we getting that jump? Depends. Depends on our practice, depends on our potential, how cleverly we are doing it, it depends. But later, it may happen at one level. So that is the climax. Let it happen. So there is no any rule as such, okay, you have to go through Kayanupassana 50%, Vedananupassana 25%, another 10% by this thing, that thing. There is no such rule. We are going in this way, that way. And the first instance can happen in a random way. You can't predict it. And even today that Harindra came here, he was telling, he's really a speculative character. He's telling, one day I was just listening to music. I was so happy. All of a sudden everything stopped. I can't imagine what has happened. I was so hard practicing, but something happened while I was listening to music. He didn't expect it at all. So completely everything shut down. Kind of a disorientation has happened while listening to music. He was recognizing how this music, the sounds are so subtle and variation. He's a different character. He has this engineering mindset. So very subtle and very subtle way how these sounds are changing. And while listening to music, his mind has gone to that. Ultimately, music, everything stopped. How can you imagine that kind of a thing would happen while listening to music? But if you try hard, okay, I need to get that experience next time also, I am trying hard, not going to happen. Because you are trying so hard. Strictly practicing, I am, maintaining the rigid body, telling others not to make any noise and trying hard, crunching teeth. No release happen. Probably headache can happen. Because too much effort. But another time, okay, I give up, okay, let it happen, I am going to have a cup of tea. So you are asking your wife, okay, come on, just bring me a cup of tea. And so she gets, okay, you go. I am just hanging, again relaxing, release happen. Because no expectation, no tanha, no craving, release happen. You know how Venerable Ananda became enlightened? He tried very hard, first, because tomorrow is the exam. What's the exam? First Sanghayana, council. Tried hard, because the Arahanta waiting for him to get enlightened. There are 499 monks, just one missing, Venerable Ananda. So they are keeping their seat, and so without him also they can't do. And so he's trying hard. Nothing happened. Then he gave up. Okay, let me sleep. Before he go to sleep and before standing awake, everything happened. Released, become enlightened. So likewise, things can happen the least we expect. So therefore, let it happen. As we discussed last time, kammo go, jika go, boom, done. So just just enjoy the whole ride. Things may happen. The thing is, by the way, it is not the mere random thing that you have prepared yourself, you have done your practice, but the release can happen at a very spontaneous way, at a different time, occasion, but the necessary ground has to be prepared. Something like that. Yeah, that's all, no? Yeah, yes, yeah.
Now, as far as Kaya Satara Satipatthana is concerned, now there are 4 stages, no? Now, all 4 stages we have to do simultaneously, or we have to practice one for a period of time and...
start with Kayanupassana, because that's the best. Start with Kayanupassana, that is the easiest possible place for you to dive into. Now, say if you want to cross the, say, a river. If you are trying to find out the most wider place, the most vulnerable place, then you will be in trouble. But you first look at the whole river and, okay, this area is very narrow and there are certain, paths available, some possibilities are there. Now you carefully watch that and investigate that. Now this is a good place for me to cross. So like that, Kayanupassana is the easiest place. Because what you need to watch is the body through the mind. So that is something possible. But if you immediately start with Chittanupassana, it's mostly impossible because it's a more tempting and very kind of really illusionary points are there in the mind. Illusionary, behaviors are there in the mind. So immediately we can't go through that. So while going through Kayanupassana, we are developing certain skills. So mindfulness we are developing, then concentration we are developing, and then we can recognize, okay, how to maintain the effort. So effort balancing the effort, that is also something that we need to learn. So then you are developing that, and then you understand, okay, now only I got the proper balance. Now the body is walking, as someone has explained today also. Now the body is walking by itself. I don't need to manipulate it. I don't need to put effort. It is walking by itself. Now you know the art, it is walking and I am watching. It's walking, I am watching. No much disturbance, no distractions. Everything happens smoothly. So while this is happening, maybe while you are walking, probably you now start even watching the mind. Naturally it may happen. It is not that you strictly tell the mind, okay, you need to do Kayanupassana half an hour. Now I am going to 15 minutes Vedananupassana, another 15 minutes Chittanupassana. No need to tell like that. So let it navigate through areas as it matures. Through Kayanupassana you are building certain amount of momentum. Once it is enough, it will go to the Vedananupassana, it will go to the Chittanupassana. Naturally, that is more smooth. So let it happen like that. So at the beginning, stay particularly on Kayanupassana, because it's a fairly rich ground for us to develop necessary skills, mindfulness, concentration, clear comprehension. All that necessary skills can be fairly developed using Kayanupassana.
So that means effortlessly movement will happen.
Exactly. Naturally it will happen. You would say, okay, while I am walking, okay, certain thoughts came, I watched them also. I didn't get distracted to them, rather thoughts went away. Once I am watching, thoughts went away, they disappeared. That means your mindfulness has established. You have fair amount of power, fair amount of strength at that moment. So the thoughts are not strong enough for you to get distracted, for you to get absorbed. Rather, thoughts are really weak. So your proper observation is enough for them to disappear. And you probably can see how they are coming and going. So till you come to that level, sometimes it is risky. So Buddha has given a warning in the Anapanasati Sutta. Naham bhikkhave muttassatissa sampajanassa anapanasati bhavanam vadami. So Chittanupassana he doesn't recommend when we don't have enough mindfulness and clear comprehension. So if we have clear comprehension, enough mindfulness, then we can try that. So the point is, through Kayanupassana we are developing it, we are sharpening it. Through Vedananupassana we are developing it. So once it is there, so now we are ready. Naturally, probably you may even recognize various thoughts in the mind, And so once you recognize them, they disappear. So because they are not capable of overwhelming you, your mindfulness power is capable of disseminating those thoughts, disassembling those thoughts, and they maybe come one after the other. You can clearly see them. So those skills are there. Yeah. 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 Any more questions? Okay, if there are no questions, then we'll wind up the session. We have spent almost 1 hour. Shall we have the Dhamma sermon at 3:30? Okay, so we'll have the Dhamma sermon at 3:30. That one's Vanaya.